Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. I did a blog about a 53-year-old guy who was around a child from the time that child was 7 years old. And it is being alleged that he is in a relationship with the child who is now 20 years old. Now, it caused a big stir. And I didn't call any names, but still, it seems as though people know when they're being talked about. But the thing about this particular matter is, although I pulled it off of YouTube, people want me to do it again, but just do everything anonymously. Okay, so this guy is 53 years old, and when the child was 7 and her mom and her dad were neglecting that particular child, the child stayed, was bathing, was eating out of a house where this guy and his common law wife were living, and they had a child. He and his common law wife had a child. So as this little girl grew up, coming back and forth at the house, and sometimes she would come and she would be skimpily clad, and the female of the house would say, well, you cannot dress like that. You have to, put on some clothing and that kind of stuff. But she didn't know that the young girl had eyes on her man and her man had eyes on the little girl. And it turned out that they are involved. And when the female of the house realized what was going on, she made sure that she went to the court to make sure that the guy continues, because it was ending, continue supporting her child. And when she did that, this guy kind of turned his back on his own child because he was upset that the female mother, went and did what she did with the courts to secure the fact that, or to secure payments, regular payments coming in, because now he has a young girl, he may forget. So she's not in competition. The woman in the house, I assume, doesn't want to be in competition or can't be in competition with a 20-year-old. So that's the story that I put up when the guy was in court. The magistrate mentioned to him, well, if you know this child from the time she was 7, you could be considered a pedophile. And he says, well, she's not my daughter. She was just, at the house, but, I'm not her father. So that's his alibi. That's his reasoning. She's not related to me in any way, shape, or form. But what I wanted to say is that when a guy spends any sort of money on a female, it's transactional. And I want to get that out. And I agreed to put it up again without any names, just ages, from the Holders Hill area. I just wanted to put it up again to say that if a guy is doing anything for you, it's transactional. It's a transaction. And when he was like feeding that young girl, or he thought he was feeding the young girl, and when the young girl needed some place to stay or whatever else was going on, he felt that she owed him. So he's going to see her as someone that a transaction has to be made. And it came to the point where as she got older, she was staying at his mother's house and he was putting her at his mother's house, and then she was leaving at, going in late and coming out early, all transactional, because he felt as though she owed him. So that's the story about this 53-year-old guy in Barbados and the 7-year-old that he raised. She's 20 now, and they are in a relationship. According to everything I'm hearing, they are in a relationship. I've done this particular video over so that no names, even a nickname, even a fake name is not being called, but they will know who they are. It's going back up. I'm going to encourage people to comment just because of the age difference and what they think. Someone was saying that if she's 20, she is of age. But another thing in Barbados is people don't respect other people's relationship. It's a society. It's a culture that you're not taught to respect the boundaries of a relationship. So no relationship is safe in Barbados, okay? No relationship is safe because people do not respect that particular boundary, okay? So yeah, this is about the 53-year-old out of Holders Hill that is dating a child that he has known and was helping out with when she was 7, and she and him now are in a relationship, and the relationship he had with the woman of a similar age group that he is in, that has gone asunder. Okay, this is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.